Welcome to the Tuck Shop Podcast. David, hello.
Hello, Matthew. How are you?
We're doing good. Joy and I can't believe we're like a month plus into break already. It doesn't feel like it, but summer terms are going to be done in like 2 weeks for me. It flies fast.
On the way to work, like the other day, I just weird thought, like, when do students and athletes come back?
Like this, well, first day of class is the 26th of August.
That's what I mean.
So
like you're
it's
thinking
probably like the 10th of August for athletes.
I start to get that feeling I had when I was like in 6th grade.
It's effectively you hit the 4th of July and summer's over.
You couldn't wait till like May came. You counted the days down. Then you're like, you hit June and you're like, back to school ads.
Yep.
You know, you're like, it's only June. You know, GB's is selling Lee Ryder jeans. You know, like get your back to school shopping. You know,
that was the that's always, remember the old Staples, do you remember the Staples ad with the dad's dancing through the aisles and the kids are just moping behind? That sounds about
that's
right.
it. I mean, I think when you see, you're right, 4th of July hits and then you start to see earlier and earlier, you see the back to school ads and you think, you know, I want to go through Walmart and tear up all the notebooks.
Yeah.
Or like put a marker through them all so they have to revolt.
Hey, I'm not going to complain. I like not having the school buses to deal with in the morning.
Yeah.
Those are, because it's like every house.
Oh, yeah. It's, you know what, Matt?
I'm sure there's reasons and stuff, but it's just like,
I don't want to sound like the old guy.
I'll sound like the old guy.
But I can seriously, like, when on my way to work, when the school buses are, I get behind one, I can remember, like, when I was a kid, you had to walk to the school bus stop.
Yeah.
Like, it was like 3 neighborhoods, and you all went to, like, the school bus stop, which was, like, 15 miles away, right? Now it's like, it goes one house, stops, 5 kids get on, goes, like, 3 more, like, stops again, 5 more kids get on. I'm like...
It's interesting.
It's like, when did school buses become Ubers?
I don't know.
Lyft.
So, but no, we're doing good. Trying to find stuff to keep busy. We're working on interesting projects here.
Yeah.
I got a handful of projects I'm working with other faculty on that to varying degrees of success at this point. But that's kind of fun. We're having some filling time. I actually watched, Sarah and I plowed through an entire series the other day on Amazon. I don't know. It might be in your wheelhouse. It might not be, because I know you're not like big, like superhero movie kind of stuff. It's Amazon did with Sony a Spider-Man show, which is like, oh, okay. But it's Spider Noir, where he's older in the 30s. It's a 30s detective show that you can actually watch in black and white.
Okay.
With like the underpinnings of the kind of like superhero kind of stuff.
See, well, considering that I'm in the middle of watching every single Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, jeez.
Like, really, not realizing I never saw this. Like, I guess there's a reboot now.
Like,
there's a reboot,
it's
but
the continuation. They're kind of like restarting all these shows that have been off the air.
I'm watching the originals, and like nobody will watch it with me because it's like 7 seasons, and each season has like 20 some episodes in it.
Oh, you know, it was a Fox
it's massive, like
Sunday night broadcast thing. So
honestly, it's like.
But they're probably like 20 minutes apiece.
Yeah. They're like 20 minutes, but that 20 minutes is 20 minutes out of every 20 minutes of my childhood.
Yeah.
Like, I lived this. So I'm kind of like that. That's my mindset now. The thing with superheroes, Marvels, and what's the other one?
DC Comics.
DC Comics is that, like, what you just described, for me to get enjoyment out of one of those movies is I've got to put myself in the mindset of, because believe me, nobody wants to watch these with me because I'm like, okay, when did this happen? Is this before this was this? This is after this?
No.
What was the? You know what I mean? Like, I've got to get
I thought of you because you and I have kind of had this conversation off air, and you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's like this own little self-contained bubble set in the 1930s.
Yeah.
Black and white detective.
Because I'm the one like
kind of thing. You don't have to know anything.
Yeah, like it's Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'm like, hey, why is the raccoon talking?
Yeah,
and everybody's like, "That's it, we're out of here, we're leaving."
Yeah, no.
There's no like, I've got.
You don't. You need None of
'Cause when
that
they-
background.
Yeah, when they start putting all those superheroes into the same show,
Yeah.
man, I get real confused. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I
the
have often
crossovers.
wondered about that.
Is that what it's called? Is it a crossover, like sort of thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
I often wonder, like, if somebody has never seen any of those movies, what do they feel like when they start with the Avengers? And it's just like,
There you go. That's me.
where did these
How
people
did all
come
these guys
from?
get together?
Yeah.
Like how did
Yeah.
because I come from an era of what was it, Hall of Justice or League of Justice?
Justice
or
League, yeah.
Super Friends, whatever it was called. It was a
Yeah.
cartoon on Saturday morning, and it was like I never
Batman
questioned
and Wonder
because it was a
Woman
cartoon.
and- yeah.
Like it was okay. So this isn't like they're passing the same building every 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Like when they're chasing a villain.
It's the same background slide that
so
they
I'm
just
like,
keep.
so
yeah.
it wasn't in depth. But when you watch one of these Marvel or DC movies, they go through painstakingly, a lot of details.
Yeah.
So I'll ask a question like, okay, how did these two get? And like literally, people that are watching it that are into it are like, that's it, we're not watching it anymore. I'm leaving.
No,
you
can,
watch it yourself.
You
'cause
can
you're
literally
asking
sit
too many
down and
questions.
watch. If like, you would be so lost if you watch. For those out there who understand and know this stuff, like Civil War, where it's Iron Man and Captain America fighting, and it's like, hey, I don't understand this. No problem. I have 7 movies you have to watch to understand this one, and you're going to be like,
Okay.
oh no, I'm not going to do that.
I know exactly, but when you said Civil War, I went to the American Civil
No.
War, which again is not so easy to follow. Like, you know what I mean? You start to like. I've been more and
We're
more
two
into
doors down from the history
I've been
department,
more and
David.
more into the Civil War in recent years.
Yeah.
and you're like, okay, this battle caused that battle, and this one was this, and here was that. Like, it's a lot to take in.
It is. But that's why I thought this would kind of be an interesting thing. First off, the style is kind of cool.
Okay, what's it called again?
Spider Noir. I'll send you the link.
Okay, cool. All right,
And
that's easy.
I'm going to do a deeper
All right.
dive review on the Vision and Whimsy podcast.
Okay.
Sarah and I do.
Got it.
Actually, I'll put the link to that one down in the description as well, if you want to get in deeper. But don't need the background. Don't need history.
That
And
helps.
The weirdest thing, and actually he does so good in it, it's because you can kind of be hot and cold on it. The main character is played by Nicolas Cage.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I didn't even know he was still around.
Yes.
And you know what? Not only will this be more enjoyable for me, it'll be more enjoyable for those that have chosen to watch this with me.
Yeah.
Because I won't be asking a million questions like,
You need to know
and-
nothing.
yeah, like the
It's
Superman
a completely isolated bubble.
there's too much Superman stuff going on. Like,
And like any show at the beginning, like you have questions, but it's like, oh, okay, I don't understand this because it's part of the plot that they will explain in, episode 3. You can start to understand.
Let me just say this:
don't
life
need
was
to-
life was easier when there's only one Star Wars. Because I couldn't figure out even from a galaxy long ago. What was it, far away at
Yeah.
a time long ago? And I was thinking, this is science fiction. How could it be long ago when you're a little kid at like 8?
Yeah.
Can't figure it out. And then whenever they added all those other Star Wars, I'm like, life was so much easier when there was just, I don't care how Luke Skywalker got to where Luke Skywalker was. I just knew that he was a good guy,
Yeah. Wow.
and Darth Vader was a bad guy. That's all I needed.
Yeah.
It's like WWF wrestling, good and bad guys.
Oh no, that's a very
Black
and that's a I guess that's a Star Wars might be the best example of that, where if you want to go deep, it's like
It's tough.
everything has a backstory
Yeah.
that's either in canon or like people worked up, and it's just like, hey, this one person that was in the background of this one scene, here's their entire life story.
Yeah.
That got them to that one point, and they had no lines. It could have been.
It's like
A
knowing
broom.
enough conversational French to order at a
Yeah.
restaurant, and then someone starts throwing the rest of the French like you know it, and it's like the Star Wars thing.
It's like, nope, we're done.
You get the characters
Yeah.
figured out, and somebody else says, no, this is because so-and-so is so-and-so's son, who's so-and-so's daughter,
Yep.
who lived in the trailer park down the road from these guys over here. Too much.
Yeah. But no, that's the nice thing about this, and that's what. But I also think you'd appreciate the stylistic stuff, and they do, and it literally, because it's 2 versions. It's the same show
Okay,
in the original black and white,
cool.
or you can do the super stylized
Here we go.
color, like the over super saturated 50s colorized movie look.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Same
yeah,
show.
yeah.
You can just
Yeah,
decide
gotcha.
which version you want to watch.
Hey, It's a Wonderful Life is always better in black and white.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's what we're spending our time on. We're also
And it
got
relates
some,
to our guest in which way?
no, it doesn't,
doesn't
at
at
all.
all.
But we do have some cool stuff coming up. Again, I want to keep reminding you that if you're geoscience folk, geography, geology, GIS, environmental, or just a friend of any of those programs, the department's doing a baseball game. The link will be down below. Anyone's welcome. It's just kind of something we're still doing our celebration for the joint department. I'll include the link to the other podcast down below as well. And we have some other cool stuff coming up. That best thing you can do, because some of these timing wise get out of sync over the summer. Are you following the social media? Are you on the Facebook? Are you on the LinkedIn? Are you double checking? Because there's going to be stuff that comes up that we don't necessarily get a chance to talk about because of timing.
Yeah,
but it's going to be out there.
It's out there. One quick social media plug. You may notice from time to time I do a feature on our Facebook page called "Put a Pin in It."
Yes.
And this is the perfect time for this because you're out, you're traveling. It's beginning of summer, and it's pretty easy rules. Send me a picture of something that's UPJ, whether it's a shirt, whether it's a pennant, whether it's a bumper sticker, and the location in which you've seen it. Now, granted, don't let anyone take this the wrong way, but University of Pittsburgh, any other campus does not count. So don't send me you or somebody, with a Pitt script thing. You'll see it. Go on the social media, on Facebook, put a pin in it. I mean, we've got stuff as far away as from Italy, from Texas, from up and down the East Coast, obviously.
Yep.
And it can be anything from maybe the T-shirt that you got for free. You didn't get for free because you put 4 years in that you got at graduation, or it could be a hat, or it could be a bumper sticker, or it could be something that you in fact didn't even place there, but somebody else did.
Sure.
So it's kind of a neat kind of a way to kind of just when you recognize something, say, hey, that's UPJ, and it's on the side of Artemis or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Slapped on the side of.
Don't commit federal crimes. To actually, you're an adult. Do what you want. I'm not here. I'm not your parent.
We don't condone that. But check it out.
We are not going to bail you out because that's not good marketing.
Is this being recorded?
Unlike Numerator, where our guest today.
Yeah.
Segue.
I knew we'd get there.
Madi Walker. Who sat down with us a while back, but we're going to kind of go back and revisit our conversation with Madi. Madi's a recent alum, and actually, Madi, in a week or two, will be starting her term for a 3-year term on the alumni board.
That's right.
I'm real excited because it's somebody who's actually trained in marketing and not you and I just kind of doing our best. And it's also
good. Madi's graduation year was...
She was 24.
24. So it's always good to see, on that board that range from, 1973? To 2024, 21 different individuals that go over a decades. So it's not, just one generation making decisions for what the Alumni Association does. So it's good to see youngsters and some of us that are a little bit longer in the tooth.
It's a night when you really think about it. It's 70s, 80s, 90s.
Some 2000s. Yeah.
5-6 decades.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good.
Of different alum representative.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yep.
So anyway, we're going to go cut over to that. Again, links for everything we've talked about are down below. The ball game, like I said, in my full discussion about the show if you want to hear the podcast that Sarah and I do, getting back to that. So anyway, have a great week, and we're going to go talk to Madi Walker now. All right, I'm excited this week to welcome back onto campus Madi Walker.
Hello.
Hi, Madi.
Hi.
You graduated in spring of 2024.
I sure did.
So a couple months away from being a year out.
I know. Yeah. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy past few months, but yeah.
We're going to talk about some of the stuff that you do because it's kind of a really neat kind of concept.
Yeah.
But let's talk about your time here first.
Yeah.
What did you graduate with a degree in?
I graduated with a degree in marketing, a degree in information systems, and a minor in communications. A laundry list.
Yeah. How did you develop a laundry list? Because some people just, and it's not uncommon, but some people always just, I'm going to do my one thing and that's it.
I love to do so many things all at the same time, is basically the gist of it, and everything fell into place so easily. I'm not going to lie to you. Because information systems and marketing are in the same division. So a lot of their core classes are the same. A lot of their electives are the same. And then while communications is not technically in business and enterprise, a lot of the marketing electives are communications classes. So everything merged too perfectly for this. So I didn't have to do any extra semesters. I graduated my allotted 4 years and got everything done. Yeah, I know. It took a lot of perfect planning. I had a lot of highlighters and spreadsheets to figure it out, and it worked out really well. So,
well, that is a big part of how these things kind of come together. And everyone who's an alum who's listening knows that sometimes it's, hey, that one class isn't offered at the run term you need, or that inconvenient time. It's like, do I really want to take it at 8 o'clock in the morning?
I'm looking at you, Accounting 101, 8 in the morning.
That, oh my God, that would be.
I loved it. The professor, Sherwood, amazing. I'm still connected with her, but driving up here, because I commuted at that point, driving up here for an 8 a.m. class was killer.
What brought you to Pitt originally?
I am from here. I'm from the area. And Pitt was actually like my third or fourth choice on my list because I wanted to go to IUP. Okay. Don't ask me why, but I wanted to go to IUP. And then monetarily, everything fell perfectly into place here. And we did a tour of the campus. I was like, I don't think I'm going to go here. And now I look back on that so fondly because the campus just felt so homey and nice. And now I am bleeding blue and gold constantly.
And you felt that during the tour, or did it come? You felt that?
I felt really good on the tour. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to go. I don't know if this is it, because at that point I was really connected to IUP. But I was like, this feels really nice. It feels like home because it kind of is. And then once I got here, I was like, man, this is great. Like, I'm glad that I went with Pitt. You know what I mean?
Because you would have toured in probably about 2019.
Correct. I toured pre-pandemic.
And then started
in pandemic. Yeah, because I graduated high school 2020. So like my high school graduation was masked 6 feet apart on the football field. And then immediately started here in the pandemic.
And I'm trying to think back. I guess by fall of 2020, we would have been we were online. Oh, it was all online.
My first semester was all online. My second semester was hybrid if the professor wanted to. My third semester was encouraged to go back in person. By the time it was second semester, sophomore year, everybody was pretty much back in the swing of things like normal.
So you had that fun experience of, this is great, I love this campus, it's very homey, see you in a year and a half.
Basically, that's pretty much what it was like. So to get into the weeds with things here, I feel like I was skunked 2 years because I was at home for 2 of them. So
got a little bit of a change.
Yeah.
When you were looking at these schools, whether it's IUP or here at UPJ, did you know business?
I was originally a biology major.
Okay, this is good, because a lot of people, including myself, start here in different fields. What led you to biology? What made you say, I love biology, and then what made you say, no?
So Pitt was going to be, my first year, Pitt was going to be my transfer, like do your baseline credits, and then transfer to IUP for nutrition. That was the plan. Because I went to culinary school during high school. So I was like, I'm going to do nutrition. I came in, did 1 semester of bio, and hated it. Literally hated it so much. So I did 2 semesters undeclared.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, marketing sounds fun. I'm a creative person. I feel like I could do marketing. And then, I guess the way that it went was got into marketing. There's the whole section of classes that you have to take, like the intros from every course. And then I was introduced to Professor Stouffer and took his intro class. And I was like, I think I need to be there. I think I need to be in that. Realized how much I loved computers and everything in that realm and added it as another degree.
everyone's path is fairly unique, but you see these little similarities, and there's a lot of people who think they're, and that's a hard thing when you don't know what you want to.
It was scary.
There's so many jobs, and we're going to talk about what you're doing now that don't come up on that career day in high school or middle school. What do you, teacher? Yes, that's some of those kind of, hey, this is a very defined kind of thing.
Yeah,
but there's so many that aren't.
And for somebody who is super into planning and very analytical in that sense, and was kind of pressured, I would say, to have my crap together, being undeclared and not knowing what I wanted to do, even whenever I was declared with 2 majors and a minor, still not totally knowing what I wanted to do, it was terrifying.
I'm probably a good quarter of a century older than you. I still don't know what I want to do. That's the big dirty secret.
And I feel like that's a common theme now from everybody that I've talked to post-graduation who are like, I've been at this company for X amount of years and I still have no idea what I'm doing. And that makes me feel reassured. So I'll take what I can get.
Nice. So you get everything lined up. You kind of go put those pieces together. But you had some really interesting opportunities while you were a student.
I did, yeah.
Because you talked a good bit when you were my star student in my class about your time in Florida.
Yes, I'm such a yapper, yeah. I had a lot of really, really good experiences, and I guess I'll leave the best, quote-unquote, best one for last. I did a lot of extracurriculars on campus, so clubs and whatnot, choir, business club president, etc., and then it came to internships. I did a semester with Gallagher Dairy as their marketing IS girl. Loved that because my dad has worked there forever, so I got to directly help him there, so that internship was a lot of fun. I did social media for the athletic department, which was super cool because I got to do that in tandem with my best friend who was helping me with it, so that was great. And then I went to Disney for 3.5 months, and that was the best summer of my life. I was part of the Disney college program post-pandemic, and I love it.
Let's talk a little bit about, for those who don't know, you just didn't go to Disney and spend 3 months down there running around.
It was an extensive process.
What is their college program?
The Disney college program is so in-class learning. So you have the opportunity to sit in classes with experts in different fields or talk to different people who have had their entire career at Disney who do really important things at Disney. There are specific teachers there that just teach the students in this college program different things in the classroom. And then at the same time, you're both living there and working there. So I lived on property. I was about a 10-minute drive from the Tree of Life, which is really cool. And like we stayed in this huge campus with all of these other students, and I had 3 roommates, which is a new thing for me. And then you work at the same time and you earn a paycheck and you pay like your Disney rent with your Disney paycheck and you live there and work there.
It's a Disney company town?
Basically, like it's like a nuclear town, but it's all Disney students. It's all people who work somewhere on property, all making money and then paying it back to Disney. But I worked at Galaxy's Edge in the merchandise department and got promoted halfway through to work still merchandise, but I worked in one of the like more higher end places. So it was one of our more expensive products where you go and build droids with families. So I got to build droids with little kids and their families for 2.5 months and get to learn things and meet Disney execs and do all of that cool stuff in 3.5 months. And the only reason I came home was UPJ. That was it.
Describe why.
I had 1 more semester left. The money was right. My friends were here. I had an apartment that I was paying for here while I was paying Disney for their rent. I was paying twice. It just needed to happen, and I loved my school so much that I needed to come and finish here.
Would they have let you stay?
I would have worked full time for them. I would have transitioned from what they call CP to part-time full-time and worked somewhere else in the parks. I could have worked my way up into management. I could have transitioned from there to the corporate side if I wanted to, which I wanted to. I could have completed my career there if I wanted to stay. And the goal is to get back to that point in time. But it felt right to come back to UPJ and finish out because I was so close to being done, and I really like it in this. I like Pitt a lot. Basically, is what I'm saying.
Well, glad to hear that. Excuse me. So you come back, you wrap up this term, you graduate, and
Yes.
you're done. And then during that period of time, graduation, when did you start looking out into the world, saying, "Okay, I'm now back. I'm at UPJ. I'm going to be done in 4 months or 8 months, and the world's coming at me."
It sure is. So what my original plan was as soon as I got back from Disney, I did the first semester pretty much like normal. And then in December, January, I was like, okay, I need to get back to Disney stat. So I put out over 50 applications for a number of professional internships, which is the step up from CP. So I put in all of these applications, did an interview or two, and didn't get anywhere with it, which was very disappointing. Very disappointing for me. So I was like, okay, it's time to look elsewhere. So I think in like late March or so, I started sending out applications that are more realistic, quote unquote, realistic, and ended up doing a ton of interviews. I had pretty much every application that I put for. I feel like I'm the exception because this doesn't really happen these days. I put in a handful of applications, got back interview notices for all of them, did a bunch of interviews. Wow. Yeah, I feel very lucky in that because that doesn't really happen these days. Like I know a bunch of my own peers, like people I did classes with who put out hundreds of applications and didn't hear anything back. I don't know what the key is because I was just...
You have some kind of magic you're going to bottle and sell while you're on campus?
Apparently, I need to do that. That's a good business idea, but I don't even know what the product is because I have no idea how that happened. But the position that I ended up going with, I didn't apply for until the beginning of April.
Okay.
Because it was the business club, our business forum event, which is like the biggest event that we do every year, and we bring in a bunch of panel guests. It's like a suit and tie event, and we ask them questions, and the students get to ask them a bunch of questions, and it's a great place to network. And Laura Johnson, another UPJ alum, another marketing UPJ alum, who worked at Numerator, was there. And I was already kind of friends with her. I already was in touch with what Numerator was because she had presented before. And I was like, do you know anything about Numerator hiring? And she was like, I think I have something that would work for you. And she emailed me the job application, sent me a link to like her referral link. I applied, and 4 interviews later, here I sit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That can be a process, but that also highlights a lot of people's experience. You're going to hear that's like, oh, I knew somebody, I had the right hookup.
Oh, yeah.
One of the things that's so nice having about such a
networking is crazy.
Here at UPJ. What is Numerator?
Numerator is a consumer data analytics company, basically.
Okay.
Which is a very short title for everything that Numerator does. I can speak most fluently towards their survey products because that's what I'm in.
What's like a typical kind of thing that where somebody would engage with you on that level?
So we work with all sizes of companies, but my position in particular works with CPG enterprise companies. So I'm currently working with Amazon, Church & Dwight, who owns like Arm & Hammer is their big one. Kimberly-Clark, which does like all of your toilet paper, household products stuff, all of their like little brands. I'm currently working with PepsiCo, Kellogg's cereal, people like that. And then we work with smaller companies. It's a different section of survey. So our clients come to us and they have a business need that they're trying to diagnose, and we guide them in the right direction for the correct product that we have for them. So for example, I can't really say too much, but say a company comes...
divulge all type of corporate secrets on this podcast.
I signed an NDA.
UPJ got you this job, and UPJ is going to take it away on this podcast.
That's right. But yeah, so they have a business need. They come to us, and we find a survey that fits their need the best. So for example, I can say Amazon Canada is looking to see how many people buy takeout food based on what they're watching on Amazon Prime. So it's different little things like that. So then for like Kellogg, they're looking to gauge the awareness of halal consumers, so they could put a little halal sticker on mini wheats so people know that it's halal certified. It's very niche things that companies are trying to diagnose and fix in their products, and it's a lot more than just consumer data. We're finding answers and telling stories with numbers and helping our clients, these big companies, in my case, make their products better and more marketable. And we sell it for a chunk of change.
How are the surveys? Is it online? Is it focus groups? Is it?
We have a little bit of each.
Everything.
So we have New Qual, which is quality, quantitative, and then qualitative side. So New Qual, and then the survey side that I work with is like the physical numbers, and I use Qualtrics, which you can never think that Qualtrics has the capabilities that it does. It's a machine. It's a beast.
It's insane how deep Qualtrics can actually go.
You think you know about Qualtrics? I thought I knew about Qualtrics from my classes here. You know nothing about Qualtrics. In fact, you know not a thing about Qualtrics. So everything that I use is through Qualtrics. Our instant survey platform, which is like a DIY, like mini custom survey thing. They use a platform called Alchemer. I'm not super familiar with it, but they use Alchemer for custom surveys. We use Qualtrics. We also have a bunch of different like non-survey products that people can use as well for their business needs. So like Laura Johnson works in Promo Intel and works with all of their marketing data for promotions studies, basically. So
it's a lot of information that you're pulling in.
We have, I would say, 100 to 200 data points on. We just upgraded our survey panel data, like data bank with people, to over 200,000 people. 200 is it 200,000? 200 million it might be, actually. We just did a big jump, and that's US and Canada. And our Canadian panel only just jumped up to like 75,000 from 50,000. And we are the leader in this area. So there are like other competitor companies who have smaller sample sizes or do things way differently than we do. I can proudly say that we have the best data, like consumer data products.
And you can do that all here.
Yeah. I do that all right down the road. And that's, aside from the great products, like I feel like I'm really like selling Numerator right now. They're a great company. And besides from the products that we sell, working there is just so nice. You can work from pretty much wherever. I have unlimited PTO. I have a salary for the first time in my life. Like we're an inclusive company. I'm on the committee for a bunch of employee resource groups. Like you get involved in ways that aren't just your job title and your job description. And they see just as much value in me doing my survey work and me like making like networking events for the Pride ERG, for example.
That's really neat.
Yeah, like they really value the people behind everything that they do. And I was really looking for a company that did that during my job search because it's so important to me, and Disney taught me that. I will admit that. Like, they have the formula, Disney does, and Numerator follows it very closely for how to treat your employees like humans and not like machines. Yeah, it's just, I don't think I could go back to working a different way after this.
Well, no, that's a good thing to have in your career. You gotta
Yeah.
have to love what you're doing. And
Yeah.
that's very special to a lot of people who can have that.
And the company that appreciates you and what you do for them.
Yeah.
We have like town halls every month where like you can shout anything out to our CEO and he'll answer it on the spot.
Nice.
Any question. It's great.
The one of the neat things that happened, and I want to for listeners of the show, that because we'll promote events and stuff, and we certainly did a long series of promotions for our business reunion. We had Dr. Tim Whistler on the show. That's a great episode. Go back because we talked about British cars for Tim for a while. You got to come and speak as an alum
I did.
to the reunion. What is that phone call like when your alma mater calls up and like, hey, come back and talk?
You start sweating.
Really?
You start sweating
Does
just
it
a
feel
little
like
bit.
homework?
It did feel, well, kind of, because I was, let me be so real with you. I was under the impression that I would be doing the panel with somebody else. So I was like, okay, I'm proficient.
You may have originally been scheduled to do that. We just kind of had to work it.
No. I was like, okay, you can bounce things. Like, you know what you're talking about. You're proficient in your field. Like, you can really speak on specific things. And you already told them what you couldn't really, like, 100% speak on other than, like, your personal opinions on things. So I was like, okay, you can bounce ideas off of somebody else. And then you are the next day, the night before, you're like, oh, you're the only one. Oh, okay. Cute. I love it. So yeah, you start sweating a little bit, and then you have a great time when you get there because like you're friends with your professors and you know people there, and then you get to meet people, and then you get to go to Woodside with some of your professors after. So it was a lovely time. I had a great time.
Well, that's good. That's what, if anyone who doesn't come out to these events when David and I talk about them, this is the stuff that you're missing.
Yeah, it's fun.
But yeah, I often kind of wondered what was that, and it's I've done that, but it's been 20 plus years since my experience. So my memory is not that great as it used to be sometimes. But I kind of wondered what that was like for you when you got a call from I think Angela's the one probably called you and said, "Hey, can you come and talk at this thing?" And it's just like,
And I'm like,
homework again.
You take a deep breath, you know. And I know that I'm a lot different than a lot of students whenever it comes to this kind of thing, because a lot of people are just like, okay, I want to get out of here. Like, I did my degree, I'm done. I feel like I'm the opposite in that I want to continue to come back and be a resource for people, to be the Laura Johnson that Madi Walker needed in that moment. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm looking to do, and it's such a good place to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it felt.
I'll tell you, as somebody who has been down that path too, I remember people who, when I was a student, came back and did stuff, and now I get to do it with you when you were a student, and when my kids in my department and divisions were that kind of experience.
Right.
It's glad to hear that isn't lost, and that there's still folks out there that
want
to do that.
I feel like it's not common anymore for that sort of thing.
Well, and I feel bad too, and I wonder if part of that is, like you said, you're a generation that literally started with the first quarter of your college experience not having that college experience.
In my childhood bedroom, yeah. It was very weird. So you do feel skunked, and on a very real note, the cost of education is scary right now, and the state of the world is scary right now. So I feel like a lot of people my age have the everybody for himself mentality. But I feel like there are still a couple people, not to like toot my own horn or make myself sound holier than thou. It just feels like if you can come back and do, like, if it's so easy it's convenient for me to come back here and do things with students, current students and other alums and my professors who are now peers. It's so easy. Why would you say no? You know what I mean? And you care about.
You jumped at this chance.
Yeah, I was like
which I appreciate.
Yeah, for sure. If you care about the institution that got you to where you are, you, not like you're obligated to, but if it's so convenient for you to come back and do something like this, there's really no choice not to. You know what I mean? Like, it was easy for me to say yes to come here today. So why wouldn't you?
And there's some great opportunities for things. If you don't, maybe say I would like to, and I don't know what those are. Keep an eye on the social media for whether it's the
Absolutely.
alumni social media, the department. Mm-hmm. Most of the departments and divisions have their own accounts, including business.
Yep.
We just did the newsletter. They're doing quarterly newsletters, give or take, to give all kind of good information. Spring terms here, so we're going to be doing the business club forum.
Yep.
I'm sure that'll be coming up. All of these are different things that you can do to get involved and be part of that. Where does your journey go? More education, bigger master's degree, onward, different promotion upward?
I feel like a mixture of everything. My goal is to go back to Pitt for my master's degree. If it's not Pitt, I don't know if I want to go back. Okay. I mean, if an opportunity came up, I would probably say yes to like a different university, but I really have my heart set on going back to Pitt. Just not 100% sure when. I would like to do one of their dual degrees. They have an MBA and then an MBA, and then separately from the MBA, it's a master's in managerial information systems. And they do a lot of stuff that I'm doing at Numerator, so I feel like it's a good fit. So I'm feeling higher education if the opportunity presents itself within the next 3 to 5 years. But in closer terms of time, we're hoping for a promotion within the next year or so. We'll see. I feel like I've set myself up pretty well for that. And then in the new year, I'll get to do more that would align me with that next movement upwards. And then in terms of long-term plan, we're going to try to go back to Disney at some point. So you get the nearer term, midterm, and then long-term goals right there.
Thinking about the Disney thing. Now, they're completely unrelated to your schedule because that's a really cool plan.
Yeah.
Having now been part of the process, have you been back just to go?
Yeah.
And do you kind of I now know, kind of
yes.
how the sausage, how it's made. It's kind of like a little different experience than...
It's a very interesting experience, and we have been back because my mom is a huge Disney fan. My dad, we've indoctrinated my dad. It's a whole thing. We went back 2 times since doing that, and then we're going back again in September. So it's not going anywhere. But it is really, really nice because...
Do you get to walk through and tell your... let me tell you what's going on back here. This is... that's what this means now.
Yes, whenever we went, it was the January after I came home, and they hadn't had a chance to visit me whenever I worked down there. So I'm walking around Galaxy's Edge, and I'm my break room was right back there. And if you go back that way, this is there. I got to be their insider, little tour guide, especially through Galaxy's Edge. It was great. It was great. Loved it.
That is always going to be fun.
It was so fun.
Madi Walker, thank you for coming and spending time with us on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Folks, like I said, if you want to track all the social medias out there, it's listed in the description of the show. Make sure you're hooked up to this stuff. That's how you find out everything that's going on. Yes. And you can be part of the show.
Absolutely.
Have a great week, everybody.
Woo!
The Tuck Shop podcast is recorded live on the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown campus. Update your contact information with us by visiting johnstown.pitt.edu/alumni. Connect with us online via Facebook and LinkedIn, or consider donating to the university at giveto.pitt.edu/giveupj.
This has been a production of Quantum Wave Media. Views expressed do not necessarily reflect the opinion of the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown.